That summer, I had this dream. I was walking in this English garden, beautiful flowers, kind of misty, and there were these three gigantic 100-foot statues of female Buddhas.
Oh my gosh.
And it was just, the images, they transported me. The dream was an inspiration for the book, but it took me 20 years to manifest.
It was like a seed.
It was a seed. It was a seed that was planted. What the female Buddha is, it's inspired on the figure of Kuan Yin, who is also considered a bodhisattva. A bodhisattva is someone who is on the path on their spiritual development. In Buddhism, it means they're on the path to Buddhahood. But the bodhisattva is one that vows to help all sentient beings and actually forgoes the ultimate possibility of going to nirvana, to heaven, whatever that means, to stay here on earth until everybody is there.
And also, I think when we've talked about this topic, I love the bodhisattva, you've mentioned something about infinite resource as part of that definition.
Yes, because most of us feel like we have limited resources. I can help so much. I can do so much. That's all I can do. And when we take the bodhisattva vow, we commit to discovering our infinite resources to help. And we do that through our spiritual practice, through contemplative practice, through quieting ourselves to understand this incredible spaciousness within that's not cluttered with all our thoughts about the past, all our hopes and expectations about the future, but can be totally present with others and can draw on that wisdom.
Gosh, that reminds me, I think of, there's so many extraordinary quotes in your book, but one in particular, do you know the one I mean? And
yes, I do, and I've got a bookmark here because we talked about it.
Good.
This is by a woman teacher from Korea. So she says, spiritual practice means having faith that there is a great treasure within your mind, and then finding it. Learning to discover the treasure within you is the most important and worthwhile thing in the world. If you can put this into practice, you can live freshly with a mind open like the sky, always overflowing with compassion. What could be better than this?
Wow. Well, I want to know how to not feel limited in my resources.
You find that inner part. That's what she's talking about, is the treasure.
Right.
So even being on the search for that treasure, you're in touch with those resources.
What is the difference then between the kind of caring that where we end up self-sacrificing and becoming in some way harming ourselves, and we drain our resources, and the infinite resource?
Right. It's a great question, because so many people are suffering from that kind of giving that depletes them. As adults, if we keep doing what children do, giving unconsciously, we are sapped. We're broken. We're tromped on. When we learn that we can do it consciously, which means knowing what our resources are and giving what we can at the time. Because the other thing about that, when we're asked by the world to give to others, we have to understand we're the world too.